Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back for the ABCs of Horror Challenge with my review of Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. The ABCs of Horror is a challenge in which we go from A to Z, watching and reviewing horror movies that begin with each letter of the alphabet. We must go in order, and we cannot skip any letters. But we can do this at our own pace. I've arrived at the letter V, and for me, in the ABCs of Horror, V is for Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. Valerie and Her Week of Wonders is a 1970 Czech horror film, and as you can see, it's part of the Criterion Collection. I first learned about this one when I was researching potential movies to cover during Controversial View. Then I was surprised to find it was released by the Criterion Collection, although I guess part of me wasn't. I had never seen this DVD around and sort of just forgot about it, since Jason doesn't have this anyway, so regardless, we wouldn't have been able to cover it for Controversial View. But then, one day, I found it brand new and still sealed at a second-hand store for $2. I, of course, bought it immediately, and it reignited my interest in the film. And that's exactly the kind of movie this is. One to see for curiosity's sake. I know it gets a lot of high praise, but it's not really one I can recommend to just anyone. Valerie and Her Week of Wonders is a bizarre movie, and there are some weird things that happen in it. It's pretty messed up, actually, and I won't even begin to give you a synopsis. I honestly don't think I could if I tried. But to give you a little taste, I'll give it a shot. The film follows 13-year-old Valerie as she enters into womanhood. She lives with her religious grandmother after the death of her parents, and she believes a monster is watching her from afar in the village. Valerie and Her Week of Wonders is a coming-of-age story with vampires and witch burning at the stake and murderers and lesbianism and incest. There are other highly inappropriate occurrences in the film as well. The movie has a fantastic, surreal, dark fantasy feel. It's dreamlike throughout, and often nightmarish. There is plenty of nightmare fuel in Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. There's also plenty of nudity as well. It's not just a coming-of-age vampire tale, but it's a sexual awakening. It seems like everyone in this movie is obsessed with sex. There are some genuinely creepy visuals. The movie has an awesome atmosphere, especially the scenes in the dungeons with all of the cobwebs. I have to say, this film was very engaging. So engaging, in fact, that the 76-minute runtime felt like half that. It's like a twisted fairy tale with sex, blood, and all the other naughty things I listed. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then Valerie and Her Week of Wonders is worth seeking out. It is ultimately the controversial nature of the film that I think makes it a standout, however. It's nearly impossible to discuss it without making some mention of that. But this is not a controversial view. This is the ABCs of Horror. And for me, V is for Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. Please be sure to check out everyone else participating in the challenge. And if you'd like to join in, there's still time. there's always time, because we can complete this at our own pace. Just start with the letter A. Make sure you go in order, and don't skip any letters. Have you seen Valerie and Her Week of Wonders? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which horror movie beginning with the letter W will I watch and review for the ABCs of horror? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.